This is a very special package. It is straight from Xiaomi and it is packed to the brim with their favourite products. So with that being said, let's crack it open and see what's inside. Okay, let's crack it down the middle. Okay, so let's put that to the side so you can actually see me and what we're doing. Okay, so there's actually 4 main packages in there. One of them is absolutely huge, and then we've got 3 smaller ones. So I thought we'll start with the smaller ones and work our way up. Open up the seal. Okay, so this is Xiaomi's DVR. It's their kind of dash cams for your car. That didn't work. So, that is a fancy looking DVR. It's very solid feeling. It's actually surprisingly cheap as well. These things cost about $40, $50, and for that you get 1080p video recording, 160-degree wide-angle viewing. It's also got a 3-inch display on there, and on the front we actually have, quite surprisingly, an f1.8 aperture. And apparently that helps it see in the dark. So let's, I don't know, we'll keep that there. The next package. They've been wrapped very thoroughly. A bit too much for the purposes of this video. Okay, this one's exciting. This is the Xiaomi mouse. So this is made completely of aluminium and glass. It's a 2.4 GHz mouse, which apparently has quite a special chip inside that helps it preserve its battery life. I've screwed this up so badly. I have to say that it is quite nice the way the company's found a bit of unity in the way it packages stuff. So that's the mouse. It's actually a little bit lighter than I was expecting. It's got quite a nice smooth scroll wheel up top, and I quite like that circular design. It's also using Bluetooth 4.0 for the latest and greatest and most stable connection. So the last small package is... well, I don't know, I've got to open it. Oh, that's exciting. So this is Xiaomi's power bank version 2. It's got a 10,000 mAh capacity and actually supports 18 watts of output. It's actually a bit of a shame and it's quite unfortunate that it only supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 2.0, so it's about time for an update. Oh god, this box is very annoying. I've made an absolute mess. Okay, so we break this open. Pretty standard USB to micro USB. Nice short ribbon cable. And then the power bank itself. Pretty heavy, very clean looking actually. There's pretty much nothing on there apart from the Mi logo and then Xiaomi written on the back. I like what they've done there. It's got aluminium around the edges. Pretty heavy, pretty slim, pretty portable. There we go. I'll probably get rid of this now. I really don't want to break anything inside. Right, okay, so there are a whole bunch of different things inside here, so we'll take them out one at a time. So these are the Yeelight bulbs. I've actually used a couple in the past, and they're very interesting because they essentially are just as good as Philips Hue. They've got more or less the same functionality, same brightness, same colour reproduction, but they cost about 1/3 of the price. You can get these for just over $20, I believe. Next up we have, okay, right. So something you might find rather unusual, a water tester. And it's looking at products like these where you really realise Xiaomi is a vast company. They make so many different things apart from smartphones. But essentially what the idea is that you put this into a glass of water and it'll tell you the level of contamination in it. So if you're in a country where the sanitation is less than optimal, you can stay safe with one of these. This is unusual. So this is Xiaomi's writing pen. It actually feels surprisingly high quality. It's been a while since I've held a pen like this. It's got a nice weight to it. And if you look closer, it's actually got a matte finish on the outside. After having tested the pen for a bit, my conclusions are pretty mixed. On one hand, I love the construction. It's built really well, more solid than pens costing 5 times as much. But on the other hand, I do feel like the smoothness of the ink has been oversold a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's really not that great either. Taking a look at these products, you can really see how the aesthetics are lining up. It's quite interesting. Okay, so this one is very exciting. This is the Piston Air. It's their latest generation Piston earphone. This is actually particularly exciting for me because if you've been following for a very, very long time, you might know that back in the very beginning of this channel, I tested the original Pistons, and they were fantastic for the price. And since then, I guess the sub-brand has evolved further and further, and it's ended up with this. Okay, fairly clean packaging, not too much going on here. These have to be some of the most unusual looking headphones I've ever seen. They almost look like little kidneys if you hold them like this. I'm guessing that is some sort of ergonomic design to help the sound pass through. Again, it'll be interesting to test these. And attached to these they have probably a useful little manual telling you how to put them in, and then the cable itself with a remote and mic. Unfortunately, the Piston Airs are a little bit of a disappointment. On one hand, they offer a really unusually comfortable fit and really good isolation, but the cable isn't great, it makes quite a lot of noise. On top of that, while the sound signature has loads of bass, it really does compress the trebles quite a bit, in a way that the original pistons with their open airy signature didn't do. Next up we have... I don't read Chinese, I don't know. Mysterious little object here. To an English reading user, at the minute all I can say is that it's pretty heavy and not very big. This is actually one of Xiaomi's latest Bluetooth speakers, and I'm guessing you can tell this thing is absolutely tiny, like it is fitting on the palm of my hand with a lot of room to spare. The idea of it is that it is a simple aluminium design, like a lot of these products here, and there's only one button on the entire thing, so pressing that will turn it on, and holding it down will enter the Bluetooth pairing mode. Now, after some pretty vigorous testing, this speaker was a huge surprise. Considering its tiny size, it pumps out crazy volume, awesome bass, and loads of detail. I'd honestly go as far to say that this is a must-buy. Take a listen for yourself. This is their power bank fan, so you can actually plug this directly into a power bank or a laptop, and it'll just start blowing air. Pretty cool idea. Bit of a different packaging to the rest of them. I have to say I'm not a big fan of the plastic bag approach, but I guess it's a cheaper item, so it can be forgiven. Okay, so this one is completely stuck. Oh yeah, and there's another one below that. Okay, so we'll take a look at both. It just says the number 8 on it. It doesn't actually even say Xiaomi. Okay, alright, let's have a look at what we've got. Okay, wow, this is so plush. Like, I can't even describe in words to you how beautifully soft that is. I believe this is actually a neck pillow. So for the frequent flyers among you, you kind of fasten it around your neck like this, tie it up, and then all of a sudden you can rest from any angle. Okay, so this is Xiaomi's soil detector. So the idea is that it has these little sensors at the bottom, and when you put this into soil, if you're actually gardening, it'll tell you things like the humidity and the amount of nutrients in the soil. Not for me, but I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who might find this useful. So that was interesting. This is actually not a sponsored video at all. I did this completely out of my own choice, but nonetheless, it's been a lot of fun. Like, there's a lot of really unique, really interesting products that go far beyond what we've expected from a company that sells smartphones. But looking around, it is nice to see that the company has managed to unify all its different products. You could almost take a look at something from a distance and tell if or not it is a Xiaomi product. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I've got tons more stuff like this on the channel, so be sure to stick around. I'm Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.